It's undeniable that Good Times, while a beloved and groundbreaking sitcom, was not without its share of behind-the-scenes drama and challenges. Despite its portrayal of a close-knit family facing adversity with humor and resilience, tensions simmered beneath the surface, fueled by creative and ideological differences between the show's key players. John Amos, who portrayed the patriarch James Evans Sr., found himself at odds with the show's writers and producers over the direction of the series. Amos's contract was not renewed after the third season, and his character was killed off. In addition, Jimmie Walker's appearance became a thorn in his co-star's side, making it impossible for peace backstage. This video will tell you the whole negative truth about Good Times. Let's get started. As one delves into the intricacies of John Amos's disputes with the creative team behind Good Times, it becomes evident that his concerns were deeply rooted in a desire for authenticity and respect in the portrayal of black characters. Amos, renowned for his role as James Evans Sr. in the groundbreaking sitcom, did not shy away from vocalizing his discontent with what he perceived as inaccuracies and stereotypes perpetuated by the predominantly white writing staff. In a revealing 2017 interview on Sway in the Morning, Amos reflected on the dynamics that fueled his clashes with the show's creators. At the heart of his discontent was a firm conviction that the portrayal of black characters needed to be genuine and free from harmful stereotypes. His refusal to acquiesce to what he saw as compromises in authenticity stemmed from a lack of willingness to dilute his message in the name of diplomacy. At 80 years old, Amos looked back on his tenure on Good Times with a blend of pride and frustration. While he recognized the groundbreaking nature of the sitcom as one of the first to center on a black family, he also harbored a keen sense of responsibility for ensuring its portrayal was accurate and meaningful. For him, Good Times represented more than just entertainment. It was a platform to challenge conventions and foster genuine representation. Amos's stance was emblematic of a broader struggle within the entertainment industry, a push for equitable representation, and an end to the perpetuation of harmful stereotypes. His unwavering commitment to authenticity, even at the cost of friction with the creative team, underscored the importance of holding the media accountable for its portrayal of marginalized communities. John Amos's detailed revelation sheds light on the fundamental issues that plagued the early days of Good Times. His candid account unveils a stark reality. The absence of African-American voices in the show's creative process led to a plethora of misrepresentations and clashes over the portrayal of black characters. The absence of African-American writers in the show's creative team was a glaring oversight that resulted in a disconnect between the lived experiences of black individuals and the narratives being crafted for them. Amos's recollection of the initial attitudes portrayed for his character, James Evans Sr., and others underscores the inherent flaws in a writing process devoid of cultural authenticity. As Amos elaborated on the clashes that ensued when he challenged these misrepresentations, it became apparent that his concerns were met with resistance and defensiveness from the predominantly white creative team. The dismissive response he received, where writers emphasized their credentials and experience rather than acknowledging the validity of his critiques, speaks volumes about the systemic barriers to genuine representation within the entertainment industry. Amos's poignant retort, questioning the writer's understanding of the black experience by asking them how long they had been black, highlights the absurdity of attempting to dictate the nuances of a culture one does not intimately understand. His assertion that certain attitudes and behaviors portrayed in the scripts did not align with the realities of black communities resonates as a call for accountability and authenticity. Esther Rolle's advocacy for a strong father figure in Good Times underscores the depth of her commitment to authentic representation and her vision for the show's direction. As one of the pioneering sitcoms to center on a black family in a two-parent household, the significance of portraying a complete family unit with a devoted husband and father figure was paramount to Rolla. Her insistence on this aspect of the show's premise reflects not only her personal values, but also a broader recognition of the importance of positive male role models within black communities. In a media landscape where stereotypes and misconceptions often prevail, Rolla sought to challenge these narratives by presenting a nuanced and realistic portrayal of family life. Rolla's stance was not merely a contractual requirement, but a reflection of her unwavering dedication to uplifting and empowering black families on screen. By advocating for the inclusion of a strong father figure, she aimed to counter prevailing stereotypes that portrayed black families as fractured or lacking in paternal influence. In her 1978 interview with Ebony, Rolla's sentiments resonated deeply as she articulated the significance of her decision to take on the role of Florida Evans. By aligning herself with a character who embodied strength, resilience, and familial devotion, Rolla set a precedent for the type of representation she believed was sorely needed in mainstream media. Furthermore, Rolla's insistence on a complete black family dynamic not only enriched the narrative of Good Times, but also paved the way for future portrayals of black family life on television. Her advocacy served as a catalyst for greater diversity and authenticity in storytelling, challenging industry norms and expanding the possibilities for representation. The evolution of J.J. Evans, portrayed by actor Jimmie Walker within the context of Good Times, offers a fascinating glimpse into the dynamics of television representation and audience reception during the show's tenure. Initially conceived as a source of comedic relief within the Evans family dynamic, J.J. quickly captured the hearts of audiences with his charismatic persona and iconic catchphrase, "Die no meat." However, what began as a light-hearted addition to the show's ensemble soon transformed into a central focus, much to the chagrin of both John Amos and Esther Rolle, who played James and Florida Evans respectively. As J.J.'s popularity soared, his character began to dominate increasingly more screen time, shifting the balance of the show away from the serious social issues that Amos and Rolle believed were integral to Good Times' narrative. Amos and Rolle's disapproval of the character's trajectory stemmed from their concerns about the negative stereotypes perpetuated by J.J.'s portrayal. They viewed the character as lacking nuance and depth, reducing him to a one-dimensional caricature defined solely by his comedic antics and catchphrases. Moreover, they lamented the loss of focus on the important social issues that the show initially aimed to address, such as poverty, racism, and social injustice. From their perspective, the disproportionate emphasis on J.J. not only undermined the show's integrity, but also detracted from its potential to spark meaningful dialogue and reflection on pressing societal issues. They saw J.J.'s character as a missed opportunity to delve into more complex and substantive narratives that could have offered a more nuanced portrayal of black experiences and perspectives. John Amos's and Esther Rolle's critiques of J.J.'s character development in Good Times shed light on their profound concerns regarding the show's direction and the portrayal of black individuals on television. Their insights, shared in interviews over the years, provide valuable context to their dissatisfaction with the trajectory of the series and its impact on the representation of black families. Amos's disapproval of the disproportionate focus on J.J. and his catchphrases reflects a broader frustration with the prioritization of comedic elements over substantive storytelling. In his view, the show's potential to explore the experiences and struggles of the entire Evans family was overshadowed by the exaggerated portrayal of J.J., reducing the depth and complexity of the narrative. Rolle echoed Amos's sentiments, expressing her disappointment with the transformation of J.J. from a relatable character into a caricature of absurdity. Her criticism of JJ's lack of ambition, education, and agency underscores her commitment to portraying multifaceted Black characters who defy stereotypes and reflect the realities of Black life. Moreover, Rola's assertion that negative images were being perpetuated through JJ's character highlights the insidious nature of racial stereotypes in media representation. By portraying JJ as a lazy, unintelligent young man, the show risked reinforcing harmful stereotypes about Black individuals, particularly young Black men, perpetuating damaging narratives rather than challenging them. Both Amos and Rola's critiques underscore the broader societal implications of media representation and the responsibility of television creators to depict diverse and authentic portrayals of marginalized communities. Their outspokenness serves as a reminder of the ongoing struggle for equitable representation in the entertainment industry and the importance of challenging stereotypes and promoting positive images of Black families on screen. The revelation of a strained relationship among the cast members of Good Times sheds light on the complex dynamics that unfolded behind the scenes of the beloved sitcom. Despite the on-screen portrayal of familial unity, it becomes apparent that tensions simmered beneath the surface, contributing to an atmosphere that was far from collegial. Jimmie Walker's candid admission in a 2018 interview with the Television Academy Foundation unveils a stark reality. He never shared a meaningful connection with either John Amos or Esther Rolle, despite their roles as his on-screen parents. Walker's confession of never speaking to Rolle during her tenure on the show underscores the depth of the discord that permeated the set, highlighting a profound disconnect between cast members. Similarly, Walker's acknowledgement that he and Amos never formed a bond off-screen reinforces the notion of a fractured relationship among the core cast members. Despite their shared portrayal of a family unit on television, personal differences and professional disagreements seemingly created an insurmountable barrier to camaraderie and friendship. The revelation of this strained relationship casts a shadow over the otherwise celebrated legacy of Good Times, prompting a reconsideration of the dynamics that shaped the show's production. While audiences may have been captivated by the on-screen chemistry between the Evans family, the reality behind the scenes paints a more complex picture of the interpersonal dynamics at play. Furthermore, Walker's admission invites reflection on the broader implications of workplace dynamics within the entertainment industry. The revelation of discord among cast members serves as a sobering reminder of the challenges that can arise in collaborative environments, even in the pursuit of a shared creative vision. Esther Rolle's departure from Good Times at the end of its 4th season stands as a testament to her unwavering commitment to artistic integrity and creative control. Frustrated by what she perceived as a departure from the show's original vision and her diminishing influence over its direction, Rolle made the difficult decision to part ways with the series. Her departure sent shockwaves through the television industry and left fans and colleagues alike wondering about the future of the beloved sitcom. However, as ratings began to decline in the absence of Rolle's character, Florida Evans, the producers found themselves facing a critical juncture. Recognizing the pivotal role that Rolle played in the show's success, they sought to reconcile with the esteemed actress and entice her back for the 6th and final season. Rolle agreed to return under one condition: that she would have a more significant say in shaping the storylines and character development moving forward. Rolle's return marked a significant turning point for Good Times, signaling a renewed commitment to honoring the show's original ethos and providing Rolle with a platform to assert her creative vision. Her insistence on greater creative control underscored her dedication to ensuring that the stories being told on screen remained authentic and resonant with audiences. In stark contrast, John Amos's departure from Good Times was not of his own volition, but rather the result of ongoing tensions and disagreements with Norman Lear, the show's creator. Amos's outspoken critiques of the show's portrayal of black characters and his clashes with the creative team had reached a boiling point, leading to his abrupt dismissal from the series. Amos's firing sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and left a void in the ensemble cast of Good Times. His absence was keenly felt by both fans and colleagues, underscoring the significance of his contributions to the show's success and the impact of his departure on its legacy. John Amos's departure from Good Times, as revealed in his interview with Jet Magazine in 1976, sheds light on the complexities and challenges he faced during his tenure on the groundbreaking sitcom. Amos, known for his portrayal of James Evans Sr., candidly shared the circumstances surrounding his exit from the show, providing insight into the behind-the-scenes dynamics that ultimately led to his departure. Amos's revelation that his contract was not renewed after the third season came as a shock to many, signaling a significant shift in the show's ensemble cast. His assertion that Norman Lear personally informed him of this decision underscored the gravity of the situation, highlighting the direct involvement of the show's creator in shaping its trajectory. The news of Amos' departure reverberated throughout the entertainment industry, prompting speculation and scrutiny over the reasons behind his exit. Amos's claim that Lear informed him of the show's renewal for another season, but without him further fueled speculation about the motivations behind the decision. Amos's assertion that being informed of his contract not being picked up was tantamount to being fired speaks to the emotional toll of his departure. Despite his aspirations to pursue other opportunities, Amos expressed a deep sense of loyalty to his role at Good Times and a reluctance to leave it behind, particularly under such circumstances. Moreover, Amos's insistence that he did not want to pursue other projects at the expense of his job at Good Times underscores his commitment to the show and his desire to see it thrive. His departure marked the end of an era for the series and left a void that would be felt by both cast members and audiences alike. The sudden and dramatic exit of John Amos from Good Times left both the show's cast and its audience reeling. The decision to write out his character, James Evans Sr., was a seismic shift in the narrative landscape of the series. As promised by Norman Lear, Amos's departure from the show was swiftly addressed within the storyline, albeit in a tragic manner. The aftermath of James's death reverberated throughout subsequent episodes, as the remaining members of the Evans family grappled with the profound grief and loss of their beloved father and husband. The portrayal of their mourning process added a layer of emotional depth to the series, showcasing the resilience of the Evans family in the face of adversity. Despite the tumultuous end to his tenure on Good Times, John Amos's career trajectory took a remarkable turn in the aftermath of his departure from the show. Just a year later, in 1977, he rose to prominence once again with his iconic portrayal of Kunta Kinte in the celebrated Roots miniseries. Amos's portrayal of the resilient and indomitable Kunta Kinte earned him widespread acclaim and recognition, culminating in a nomination for an Emmy Award. His stellar performance in Roots not only reaffirmed his status as a formidable talent in the acting world, but also served as a triumphant comeback following his departure from Good Times. Maybe you don't know this, the casting dynamics of Good Times, particularly regarding the portrayal of J.J. Evans by Jimmie Walker, added an intriguing layer of complexity to the show's narrative. Despite being 26 years old at the time of the show's debut in 1974, Walker was tasked with portraying a high school student, a role that belied his actual age. This decision not only underscored the challenges of casting age-appropriate actors, but also contributed to the unique dynamics within the Evans family. At 34 years old, John Amos, who portrayed James Evans Sr., was only 8 years older than Walker, the actor playing his on-screen son. This relatively small age gap added an interesting dimension to the familial relationships depicted on the show. challenging traditional perceptions of age and authority within the context of the Evans household. From the very first episode, titled "Getting Up the Rent," viewers were treated to glimpses of Jimmie Walker's natural comedic talents, which would soon catapult his character, JJ, to prominence within the series. Even before uttering a single line of dialogue, Walker captivated audiences with his expressive facial expressions and trademark smirk, setting the stage for the comedic brilliance that would define his portrayal of J.J. Evans. In particular, Walker's use of physical comedy, such as the slow removal of his trademark bucket hat, served as a precursor to the slapstick antics that would come to define his character. These subtle yet effective comedic moments endeared Walker to audiences and laid the groundwork for his character's increasing prominence and screen time as the series progressed. Following his tenure at Good Times, Jimmie Walker continued to build upon his acting career with a series of diverse roles that showcased his versatility and comedic talents. In 1983, Walker landed the role of Sergeant Val Valentine in the ABC military sitcom At Ease, created by none other than John Hughes, who would later gain fame for directing and writing beloved 1980s films such as The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles. Walker's portrayal of Sergeant Valentine offered audiences a fresh perspective on his comedic prowess, showcasing his ability to excel in a variety of comedic settings. During the 1987-1988 television season, Walker starred in the TV spin-off of Bustin' Loose, a 1981 Richard Pryor comedy film. In this single-season series, Walker took on the lead role, further solidifying his status as a seasoned actor capable of carrying a show. Notably, Walker's former Good Times co-star, Bernadette Stanis, made a guest appearance in this series, offering fans a nostalgic reunion of sorts between the two beloved actors. In more recent years, Walker made a memorable return to television with a recurring role as Grandpa Gene on Everybody Hates Chris, a critically acclaimed sitcom inspired by the childhood experiences of comedian Chris Rock. Walker's portrayal of Grandpa Gene added a touch of humor and warmth to the series, endearing him to a new generation of viewers while reaffirming his status as a beloved television icon. In addition to his acting endeavors, Walker also ventured into the realm of literature with the publication of his memoir, aptly titled Dynamite. Released in recent years, Walker's memoir offers readers an intimate glimpse into his life and career, chronicling his journey from humble beginnings to becoming a household name in the world of television. Jimmie Walker's career trajectory beyond Good Times showcases his versatility and entrepreneurial spirit as he continued to pursue stand-up comedy alongside his acting endeavors. Not content to rest on his laurels, Walker actively sought out opportunities to expand his comedic repertoire, even hiring two then up-and-coming comedians, Jay Leno and David Letterman, to write jokes for him during the height of his fame. Leno and Letterman, who would later become titans of late-night television, cut their teeth in comedy writing under Walker's employ, a testament to Walker's keen eye for talent and willingness to nurture emerging comedic voices. Leno's trajectory, in particular, saw him making his television debut on a Season 3 episode of Good Times, sharing a scene with Walker's character, JJ, in a memorable encounter at a free clinic. Despite their early collaboration and Leno's appearance on Good Times, Walker's relationship with Leno took a surprising turn in later years. While Walker became a frequent guest on David Letterman's late-night talk shows on both NBC and CBS, he found himself conspicuously absent from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. In a revealing interview with NPR in 2013, Walker expressed his belief that Leno considered him washed up, implying that Leno may have overlooked him for bookings on The Tonight Show due to perceptions about his career status. What do you think about the little-known things about Jimmie Walker and the reason why Good Times was canceled? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.